officially licensed original content at a fraction of the cost of a full arcade machine. Think about what a full arcade situation would cost. You wouldn't say $99.96, right? You wouldn't even say $157.25, which was our QVC price. But now you're getting yours home for $99.96, which is saving you $57.29 when you add in our free shipping. Because, I mean, even though it's small, it's still a bigger box, right? You're saving $64.99 with free shipping. E234797 is your item number. And we have all the classics. We have Pac-Man, we have Miss Pac-Man, we have Frogger, and we have Galaga 88. So you have the option of playing 1 or 2 players. You have your joystick. You have the classic sounds. I'm going to start playing in just a second after we go through all of our choices. But look, it's just like you play in the arcade, but now in a countertop size, so you can move it from room to room or family function to family function with no problems. The one I have here with me in the studio is your Pac-Man option. So the outside has Pac-Man. You get 5 games in the machine, so you'll be able to play Pac and Pow, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Mappy, and the Tower of Draga. Okay, then we also have Frogger. Frogger comes with 3 games. On Frogger, you'll be able to play Frogger 40th Anniversary, Time Pilot, and Time Pilot 84. Then next up is your Galaga option. So Galaga 88 comes with 5 games. You'll be able to play Galaga 88, of course, Galaga, Galaxian, which is what Galaga 88 is based off of, Gapless, and Xavius. And then last but not least, we have Miss Pac-Man, one of the most popular arcade games ever. You'll get 5 games with Miss Pac-Man. You'll be able to play Miss Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Galaxian, Rompers, and King and Balloon. $19.99, get yours home on Easy Pay. 5 easy payments, free shipping. If you have a Q card, you have 6 easy pays. I want to welcome in Elizabeth Warner. She is one of our toy experts. Elizabeth, it's so great to see you. I always enjoy playing these games with you.
Well, thank you so much, and I want you to go ahead and play.
Oh, I will.
Get that game started up, and I'll tell you a little bit about Tastemakers, who brings us Arcade1Up. Well, they actually are the only ones that bring a really true at-home arcade experience to us, like you said, with officially licensed content. So that game that you're playing right there, that Pac-Man, well, 41 years old, by the way, that's the exact same game that you remember from back in the day, whether you were at an arcade, a pizza shop, maybe you were roller skating, wherever it was that you got to play Pac-Man. This is that Pac-Man. The artwork that you'll see on the actual game is the same as well. And yes, even those iconic sounds. Now, I don't know if you have your volume up or down, but when you turn that volume up, it's like hearing a song that brings you back.
Right.
That is what these, right? It brings you back. I can close my eyes. I can see the store next door to the arcade with the orange Julius I just can remember everything. So these games, each one of these fits on your countertop. So you can pick them up and take them wherever you go. That includes when you're going to somebody else's house for a holiday party. They can go from room to room. And each one of these units has anywhere from 3 to 5 games included. They're all celebrating their 40th or a little bit more birthdays. So it's really amazing when you think back to where we all were when these came out. And now we get to share this experience with our own children, our parents. All generations are going to love this. And I have to say, you're doing really well. I'm impressed.
My producer, Jen, just said the same thing. And I have to admit that when I was younger, my one sister and I were about a year apart. And I just killed myself. We had Pac-Man on the Sega, Miss Pac-Man. And we would actually pause it. And then we would go back, we'd have dinner and then we'd come back. But then on the Sega, sometimes it would freeze. So we were trying to beat the whole game. And so we'd always pause it, take a break, eat, go to sleep or whatever, and then come back to it. So I had lots of practice, but it's just like how I remember. And so it's lots of fun being able to play and bring back all of those memories.
Well, that's right. And it's very simple to use. So first of all, when you get this home, it's fully assembled. We don't need quarters anymore. I didn't have Sega. I have to say my mom did not allow me to have a whole lot of video games back then because, it was but I could go to the arcade. So I would save up my babysitting money and then I'd cash in dollars for quarters. And that's how I would spend my money. Well, this you plug right into the wall. So it's continuous play. You're not going to lose out on those quarters anymore. And it's exciting to think of all the games that come inside of each one of these units. So Pac-Man actually comes along with Pack and Pal, Dig Dug, one of my personal favorites, Mappy, and the Tower of Druga. Now, Ms. Pac-Man, she comes along with Super Pac-Man, Galaxian, Rompers, and King, and Balloon. And then Galaga comes with Galaga 88, Galaxian, Gapless, and Xevious. And finally, Frogger, celebrating its 40th anniversary, comes with Time Pilot and Time Pilot 84. So these are all the best of the best games that we remember from our childhood. They are the highest ranked games. And all of these are tabletop. They have a great LCD screen. So actually, this looks better than it used to look in the arcade because the screen is an LCD screen. All of that original artwork. The controls are exactly as we remember them as well. That joystick, all the buttons that we have to push. And it does have volume control. So one of our 4 children likes to keep Pac-Man in her room, but she keeps the volume down. So when she's playing, we don't hear it all day and all night, but it helps her relax. So each one of us plays really differently. But again, this is like bringing us back in time. I like to say that Arcade1Up actually helps us travel back in time. It's like an amazing experience to see our favorite games and then to be able to play them at home with family and with all generations.
I mean, it is really endless family fun. More than 3,000 have been
Yes.
picked up so far this weekend. So whether you're thinking about gifting it or if you want to have this at your house, so when the family comes over, you've got something fun for everyone to do. I'm sure your house is going to become the house for any of the kids who are there. I just want to remind you that we've got a Black Friday sale price and free shipping and handling going on right now. So our Black Friday sale price
Amazing.
brings our price down to $99.96, and you're saving an additional $7.50 on free shipping. So $64.79 in total is what you are saving with our sale price and free shipping. 5 easy pays of $19.99. If you've got a Q card, you have 6 easy pays. And I just want to remind you of your choices. That's Miss Pac-Man on your screen right there. I have Pac-Man here with me in the studio. We also have Galaga 88 and then Frogger. So everything but Frogger comes with 5 games. Frogger comes with 3 games. E234797 is your item number. Elizabeth, I also love that the Ghost and Pac-Man have names, and my favorite
that's
one
right.
has always been Clyde because they're all Inky, Blinky,
Clyde.
Pinky, and then there's
Pinky.
Clyde. So I feel like Clyde's
Yes.
just kind of different. So that's always been my favorite Ghost.
Clyde stood out a little bit. Well,
Right.
that is the fun. And actually, when you think back to playing, I mean, there were people who tried to master all of the different levels in these games, and they started memorizing the different levels so they knew exactly which way the ghosts would go and how to clear screens quickly. That's why they ended up moving on from Pac-Man to Ms. Pac-Man. They made it a little more difficult, actually, with Ms. Pac-Man, changing up those levels and changing up things so that people couldn't master it quite as well. But over the last 40 years, we've seen a lot of video games that have come out, but none of those video games are equalizers, as I like to say, where grandma and grandpa can sit down and hang out with the kids and be able to play the same video game. So when I think about Frogger, this is something that I used to play with my parents way back. And now I'm playing it. My kids are playing it. And it's just so much fun when you think about being able to travel back in time. And that's what I love about these. We go back, but for our kids, they may even be brand new, but they're loving learning and playing something with us, which is really family bonding at the same time.
Right. And I think the thing about it too that I love, Elizabeth, is that it is brand new, right? So my family, we are kind of competitive. We have brackets and the like competition is very serious.
Yes.
So no one can say like the joystick doesn't really work because it's at the arcade. Like it's a good joystick. You've got great buttons because usually when someone starts losing, it's like, well, the joystick doesn't work right.
Yeah, they're going to come up with all kinds of reasons.
Right. Everything
so
works
true.
perfect.
Yeah, and think about this for a second. Think about these games and how iconic they are. These are all the best games of all time. When Pac-Man came out, it's unbelievable to think about this, but 3.5 billion, that's with a B, billion quarters in just the first decade went into Pac-Man machines. It's the highest grossing arcade game of all time. Then Miss Pac-Man comes along. Well, she doesn't disappoint either. There's the big B word with her also. $1.2 billion in quarters in 6 years. Frogger is so popular that there have been over 30 different sequels over the years. And by the way, one of my favorite Seinfeld episodes ever was the Frogger episode. If you haven't seen it, definitely look it up. But Frogger has been iconic as well. And then, of course, my husband is the biggest Galaga fan in the entire universe. He plays this all of the time. There's a lot of competition that goes on in this house with the Galaga as well. So, so each one of these has such special attributes and great memories. Whether you were in the roller rink, I mean, do you remember where you played your very first arcade game, like the big one?
Yes,
Not
well,
the Sega?
my mom is actually a huge Miss Pac-Man fan. Like, she is like the master of Miss Pac-Man. So I
Nice.
remember playing with her. I don't remember where it was, but I remember
Yes.
for sure that we played with her. And then I grew up in Pittsburgh, Elizabeth. So we had an
Yes.
amusement park called Kennywood, and we would always
Uh-huh.
go in like the arcade room at Kennywood and use the tokens and play the
Oh,
games.
yes.
Yeah, so I
Tokens.
mean I totally
Tokens.
remember doing that.
I forgot about that. You put the dollar in the machine and the little tokens come out. But you know,
Right.
those big machines that we played with, they're like $3,000. And we're
Yes.
getting anywhere from 3 to 5 of those in this tiny unit, which is fabulous.
For under $100. I mean, the
Amazing.
price is
Amazing.
incredible. $99.96, $19.99 gets yours on its way home to you on Easy Pay. E234797 is your item number. Let us know if you want Pac-Man, Frogger, Galaga 88, or Miss Pac-Man. And then those are all of the games that are going to come within each machine that you choose. $64.79 is what you're saving with our free shipping and our Black Friday sale price. E234797 is your item number. Elizabeth, it was so great to see you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, this is a really cool item as well. Speaking of tech gifts, which we are shopping for this hour. So say you drop your wallet like that, right?